Thank you for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. On this video, I'm going to be cooking up Jamaican jerk style barbecue pork ribs on the Pit Barrel Junior. Let's get going. This recipe was inspired by a Jamaican jerk chicken recipe I found online by a chef named Dwight Morris. I made some little tweaks to his recipe just to kind of suit my tastes, I guess. Very, very minor tweaks, but it is fantastic. We're going to start out by making a jerk paste. Here I have 2 teaspoons ground allspice, 1 teaspoon minced fresh ginger, and 1 whole habanero pepper minced up. I removed the seeds and the membrane. If you want it hotter, toss 1 or 2 more peppers in. Obviously in Jamaica they use a Scotch bonnet. Habanero is the closest thing to the Scotch bonnet. Let's get that in here. 2/3 packed brown sugar, 8 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon dried thyme, 1 bunch of chopped green onions, and this ended up, it was 7 green onions. I have here 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon ground black pepper, 2 tablespoons soy sauce. Now let's get this mixed into that paste. And there we are. It is done, nice and liquefied. We can keep this in a jar in the fridge indefinitely now, but we are going to make a jerk sauce. It's very easy. This sauce is really simple. We're going to start out with 6 ounces of Red Stripe beer. Red Stripe's a Jamaican beer. If you can't find it, just a lager would be great. That would work perfect. I have here 2 tablespoons of that paste, that jerk paste we just made. 1/2 cup pineapple juice, 1/2 cup ketchup. Get this whisked up. And there we are. Next step will be to reduce this. Obviously you could use the stove top. I'm going to be reducing this on the pit barrel. I want to get a little smoke going on. Let's go ahead and season up those ribs. For this video, I'm going to be cooking up 2 racks of pork spare ribs. I have them St. Louis cut, membrane has been removed. And we're just going to rub on this paste. Just making sure it gets into all the nooks and crannies and I get the edges of the racks here. There we are, looks good. So you know, the amount of paste we made for this particular recipe was just enough for these 2 racks. So if you're going to do any more than 2 racks, definitely double the recipe. Going to go ahead and put the hooks in now. So we're going 2 bones down from the top in the meatiest end of the rack. Just pop this through. Repeat. And there we are. So normally what we would do is cover this, put it in the fridge overnight. We don't have that much time, so we're going to start cooking as soon as the pit's ready. But this is a nice, you know, it's got a lot of flavor going on here. And believe me, it's a slow cook. We'll get plenty of that Jamaican vibe going on in these ribs. Meet you guys in the backyard. So this is the Pit Barrel Junior, basically the little brother to the original Pit Barrel cooker. This has a 14-inch diameter at the opening as opposed to 18 on the original. It's about 1.5 inches shorter than the original, which isn't that big of a deal. But this thing is way more portable, way more portable. And the cool thing is even though it's more compact, it'll still easily cook 6 racks of ribs, no problem. I've got it all fired up. Let's get those ribs on. So I have the hinged grate in. I have the sauce that we made. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the grate. In Jamaica, they cook their jerk chicken, jerk pork over what they call pimento wood. Basically, that's the tree that produces allspice. So I have here about 1/4 cup of allspice berries. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump this on the charcoal. And I've done this before, it works fantastic. First rack of ribs. Second rack. Now we have to put the second rebar in. Basically, this is actually factored into the temperature control, so the amount of the hole that these cover helps control this heat. So we need to keep both bars in, and we are cooking. So I'm going to leave the sauce on the smoke for about an hour. At that point, I'll pull it. If it needs more reducing, I'm just going to reduce it on the stovetop. The main thing is I just want to get some of that nice smoky flavor on it. As far as the ribs are concerned, usually total cook's going to be around 4 hours or so on the pit barrel. I will be pulling them as they're getting close to being done to baste them with some of that sauce and get a nice glaze on it. We'll see you guys in a bit. We are now at the 3-hour mark. An hour after I put these ribs on, I did remove the sauce. It was actually simmering along pretty good, but again, I just did not want to overload it with the smoke. Let's check the ribs out. Looking good, looking good. I want to see just a little bit more pullback on the bone, and then we'll go ahead and get these basted with that sauce. I'm going to give these about 25 to 30 minutes. See you in a bit. 20 minutes later, I just took a peek and I'm satisfied. We're ready to baste these guys. They're getting close. Here we go, look at that, gorgeous. I'm going to get this one back on the pit, baste the other ones. I'm giving it another probably 10 minutes and these will be ready to eat. So see you guys in a bit. And here they are, glazed up, looking beautiful, smelling so good. Let's give these guys a try here. Beautiful smoke ring. That is a nice meaty rib. Wow. Great bite. This sauce completely sticking to my lips. So good. I mean, it's obvious that you're eating, you know, a barbecued pork spare rib, but there's a savoriness to it that you just, you know, you don't get with your normal, like, American style, I guess. Just a really nice smoke ring. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I mean, it's a good 1/4-inch smoke ring here. Nice bite. I'm a mess. This is the perfect amount of doneness for me. Very moist. Again, it's pulling from the bone. It's not falling from the bone. Just a really nice flavor. That allspice that I added, it's a good smoke. And I did it probably 2 weeks ago, doing this recipe, but only with chicken, just for my family. And I'm sold on it. I may use allspice berries for other cooks, just kind of experimenting, maybe a pork shoulder or something. The little PB&J, the pork belly, the Pit Barrel Jr. killed it, as I knew it would. I'm genuinely a fan of the Pit Barrel cookers. This is why, you know, my friends, people ask me, hey, what should I buy? This is my budget. Without a doubt, there's nothing that'll touch this cooker. And I've been in debates with a few people over it. There's nothing that can touch this cooker, especially for the price they're selling it for delivered to your house. And that little teeny footprint can pack a whole lot of food in there, which is amazing, amazing. I have friends that actually use it for catering. Anyway, guys, thank you for stopping by. I'll have a link down below if you want to check out the new Pit Barrel cooker. See you in the next video. Let's see here. Iriman. Cheers.